Our true nature has this instinct. It's wanting to recognize itself. That's the desire, that's the instinct of wanting to awaken, wanting to know God. A lot of different ways that same instinct can play out and be experienced in the individual. Essentially, it is the ground of being seeking to become conscious of itself. And it's using you and I, at least as human beings, to accomplish it. So it's seeking to know itself, to become conscious of itself. And it's also seeking to be embodied, to literally to be informed, not as in terms of information being informed, but literally informed, embodied. Now, as much as the ego at times would like to be disembodied, right, disappear into a transcendent cloud beyond body and mind, and you can have that experience too. But where the instinct really originates, truly originates, is at the very ground of our being, the very ground of our psyche. And that ground, as I've suggested already, I think, is way down in the bottom of that 90% of us that tends to be unconscious, that great domain of our being that tends to lie underneath the level of consciousness. And so the spiritual instinct is like when there's this thrusting up from the very ground of your being and into your consciousness. And that's why that actually the arising of the enlightenment instinct itself, the arising of that instinct, the feeling of the beginning of yearning for awakening or God or whatever, however it plays out in you, the arising of the desire for enlightenment is the first sign of enlightenment itself. It doesn't feel that way, of course, but that's what it is. It's sort of like if you could imagine some sort of sapling, some sort of coming up from some seed, and it's just pushing against the very top grains of the soil. And you know how that the top grains of the soil start to bend upward before the grains of soil part and something comes out. It's pushing up against it. That's almost likened to the spiritual instinct it's pushing, it's asserting pressure on your psyche. It's saying, it's almost like something is saying, see, open your eyes and see. Know who you are. And you feel that. And you feel that inner pushing, that inner pressure. And that's why it's been said that the desire for enlightenment is there because enlightenment is already pushing up into your consciousness.